Hello everybody and welcome to Educat Consulting channel. My name is Yulia Kosko and today we're talking about undergraduate degree and UCAS application in the UK. Why go to university in the UK? There are lots of options in Europe. There is America, more expensive, but it's also there. UK is still the golden standard of undergraduate degrees and postgraduate degrees as well. World-leading universities are based in the UK. It opens up amazing career opportunities, outstanding teaching and research, particularly Russell Group school universities are given lots of funding by the government for the research that they do. Degree duration is quite convenient as well, just 3 years and you get your bachelor's. If you're an international student, you might want to consider foundation, which would lead up to 4 years of studying in the UK for a bachelor degree, but it's a great way to start as well if you haven't been in the British education before. And of course, networking and facilities in terms of academic options for you later on and career choice. Now, choosing university can be very tricky, especially when you're 16, 17, maybe not 100% sure what you want to do. I think UK is quite good with that as well, because you can, choose from a variety of universities and you have 5 choices that you would end up applying to. We'll talk about it a little bit more. So it's not just one university and it's in one go, you're choosing 5 universities. University reputation, name, very important. Everybody wants to say they graduated from Oxford, Imperial, King's College, etc. So that's one thing. Choosing your degree and actually the reputation of the degree in so basically you can have the ranking of university by university, but you can also have the ranking of a degree, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the best universities will have best ranking for your particular degree, so have a look at that as well. Unfortunately, there isn't one universal ranking of universities, and they change a lot depending on what the criteria is, whether it's academic criteria or student student feedback or research, etc. Location is very important. Lots of international students want to study in London as kind of a stereotype, I would say, and then stereotypically lots of London students want to go and study elsewhere in York and Edinburgh and Nottingham, etc. So that's something to consider as well, but then don't limit your options to location only. If you want to study in London, maybe choose 3 London universities and a few in other towns, because you actually might enjoy them as much, if not more as well. Reviews, reputation, talk to other students, talk to graduates, read forums, connect to people, online with your parents' permission, in terms of, getting actual personal feedback from universities, and do visit them if you can, because it's very important to come and have a look at atmosphere. One of the main difference between unis could be the actual campus. Some universities are known for a kind of boarding school style campus where everything is within one big field. You have lots of blocks of lectures and lots of sports facilities and big grounds for children, or for students, not children anymore, to sit on the grass and chat, and study hubs, etc. Some universities, particularly in big towns, are scattered all over the city. It doesn't mean that they would expect you to finish one lecture at 10 o'clock and go to the other side of the city for 11 o'clock, but there is still possibility to have more movements, or the library could be off campus, etc. So that's something to consider as well. And then, of course, entry requirements. What do you qualify for? What are your predicted grades? What are your, your student profile? Which universities you actually stand the chance in? And, then go deeper into your choice based on that. Now, application to British universities is done through UCAS platform. You can just Google ucas.com and have a look at it without registering. There is lots of university options there that you can have a look at without, before applying even. Lots of information about the application process. It's a very, very useful resource. And that's the platform which you will need to apply to university in the UK. So there are 5 kind of pillars that you will have to follow to fill out on the platform. First one would be your general information, so date of birth, address, etc. You'll have to then submit your personal statement as well to the platform, and personal statement will be based on what you're applying for. So it's one personal statement for 5 choices. Usually 5 choices are 5 different universities. Sometimes 5 choices could mean that you would have 2 choices from one university with a slight difference, so maybe economics and management. But quite often, because there's one personal statement and because universities want you to commit to one degree and show that you want to study that particular degree, it's better to avoid applying to the same university twice, so to say. And then your personal statement will also be basically showing your desire to study this particular subject. So unfortunately, you can't apply to physics in one university and mathematics in another university, because it's not going to be portrayed in your personal statement that you want to study physics. You'll have to talk about mathematics as well, and that will confuse the admin. References are quite important. Sometimes hard to get for international students because some schools internationally are not used to giving references, but you'll have to submit 2 contact details, and then UCAS will get in touch with them and they will need to submit a reference for you. Now, if you are in a British school, quite often British schools would take, even abroad, particularly in the UK, they would kind of take semi-charge of your UCAS application, meaning that they will have control of it with you, and then they will help you submit everything and kind of press the button of submission at the end, and they will be the ones providing references, and they will be telling you who are your referees. So very good idea to be on good terms with all teachers in your 6th form and the last 2 years of British school. And of course, particularly with the ones that are in your lead subjects. Predicted grades, if you come from the British system or American or international system, you'll have predicted grades for the end of your 6th form of year 13 in British system. Now there's another video about 6th form on our channel. Have a look at that, where we cover a little bit more about predicted grades. But basically those are the grades that you get usually at the end of year 12, so the first year of 6th form, or beginning of year 13. And these are the grades that your school thinks you will graduate with. So it doesn't mean you will get them for sure, but this is what your school predicts for you. And these are the grades that you would use as a benchmark in order to decide which courses to apply for. So if you're predicted 2 A stars A, you cannot really apply to a course which expects 3 A stars. There aren't that many of those courses, but you know what I mean. You can apply to courses with lower grades. So if you're predicted 3 A's, you can apply to courses with AAB as a requirement. And of course, if you have 4 subjects, that also gives you an option, because then you can kind of have a choice of which subjects you will get a better grade to meet the criteria. Offered to everybody who applied with 3 A's, because there will be other candidates applying with higher grades or with a better personal statement or better matched personal statement to their particular course. So don't expect to get all the offers from universities that you applied to with predicted grades that you have as their requirement. And then there's a possibility of possible additional tests and interviews for some unis, particularly Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial. They would have entry tests that you need to take separately. Oxford application is different to Oxford and Cambridge either, or you can't apply to both. It's completely different to general application, and we have another video about it, so please subscribe and look out for it. But basically there are some options for you to need to take extra tests, and please watch out for that, because they can The application timeline roughly looks like this. So you would want to start thinking about universities before, of course, but in around May of the first year of the sixth form, you would start finalizing your choice of universities. When we work with people applying to universities in the UK, we give them a kind of a big choice of universities, courses, then discuss it with them, then maybe go visit some, and then bring it down to 7 and then 5 choices at the end. So you can do it for yourself as well. Consider wider options and then narrow them down. Summer is very important between year 1 and 2 of your sixth form, because this is the time where you can start writing personal statement, and also the time when you can do things in order to kind of make your personal statement more interesting and extend your student profile. Then mid of October is the deadline for Oxford or Cambridge application, but for other applications through UCAS, you still have time to apply officially till January, but usually schools don't leave it till that late. So you should be aiming to submit your application around December, I would say. No, you prepare for your A-level exams, because obviously those results that were predicted have to be met, or even, you have to do better at them if possible. So you submit the UCAS application and you just focus on your exams. And as you are preparing for your exams from January till May, you will be getting offers from universities. Now, all offers will come as conditional offers usually, if you go the traditional route, and they will be given on a condition of you meeting certain grades or certain IELTS score for international students, or students who even did A-levels in the UK but don't have GCSE, for example, in English. So there will be a few conditions to your offer, and there will be some universities that would decline you as well. As I said, even if you have predicted grades required, unfortunately, they might decline you for other reasons. So you might not have all 5 offers. You might have 4, 3, 2. Depends on your application, of course. Then you would have till around May to decide. Don't leave it later than that. To decide which 2 choices to leave for yourself. First choice, university, and second choice. Usually there should be a great difference between those 2 choices. So don't go for the same conditional offers in case you don't meet them with your results. So go for 2, where 1 is a bit easier to get grades in. And then you wait, you take your tests, A-level exams, and you wait till result day, which is usually mid-August. And then in mid-August you would get your your results for A-levels, and you would know which offer you met, first or second. If you don't meet an offer, if you felt that maybe your exams didn't go as well as you planned, you should start looking into clearing. Clearing is a third option for you if you haven't received the exam results you were hoping for. Now, personal statement is changing. So 2025 was the last year of applicants to write an essay in personal statement. Now UCAS has changed it to 3 questions. It's similar to an essay writing structure as well, and the limit of the words is the same, or characters is the same, but here the questions that you will have to cover. So have a look at them and have a think about them before you go into the summer between first and second year of A-levels, because you might want to plan that summer accordingly and think of, what have I done outside of education to prepare for studying physics, or what have I done particularly for medicine, or some heavy degrees. You would need to show a range of things that you are doing other than just doing your A-levels in those subjects. So again, please speak to somebody older from the school, your teachers, consultants, and they will help you plan the activities that would help with personal statement. There's a few tips that you could also consider, but basically, it's just a lot of it is about putting time into it. And of course, if you have extra exams to sit in order to get into university, you would want to spend summer and autumn between year one and year two in preparation for those exams as well. And if you have any questions or want help at any stage of your application, either with the whole process and where we can help you and mentor you over 2 years or 1 year, or you just need help with personal statement or maybe final consultation on the choice of universities or subjects you already chose, please get in touch and we'll be happy to work with you. Don't forget to subscribe and don't miss our future videos. Bye bye.